Good morning. I'm working this Sunday, obviously. Figure I'll do like a episode, like morning ramblings. Kind of like it allows me not to be targeted to a specific point. It's kind of, so at least, doing deliveries and packages. It's just delivering packages. Of course, don't get to start at 8:30. So, logic. So yeah, yesterday I did a route that I never did before. It was okay. Went to this mall shopping center called the Spectrum. Jesus. What a pain in the ass. The pickups. That's what really makes it a pain. And I found the mailroom. The first one. The second one, it was kind of tricky. So I lost a lot of time looking for the damn thing. Yeah, so got it done. Not my favorite type. Doing business routes is not my favorite type of delivery. I like residential stuff, especially walking. So yeah, I was thinking about life and the effects, the type of relationships. Now, I'm not shit talking, but yeah, I was at the movie and my father's girlfriend whips out her phone and starts texting during a movie. And for like a while, at first I'm whispering, I'm like, that's a flashlight, It just leads me to realize it's like how people are so addicted to their daggone devices, man. It's like, man, it was a Dolby Cinema. I'm the A-list member. So, for $3 a week, for $25 a month, that Dolby, I think it's like a $19 ticket. So I didn't pay any extra, so it's actually pretty good, and that's the idea of a movie. It's like you kind of escape from the world in a bit. It's not like you believe you're in the movie, but you focus on the movie. It is kind of like a hypnotic state. So therefore, you kind of can just put everything else at bay for a bit and just focus. And that's the reason why. That's why, crinkly snacks in the theater too. Oh my God. It distracts that. It kind of breaks that focus. And kind of a hypnotic type focus on the movie of quiet. That's why you want to communicate in the theater. You whisper. Don't talk where everybody can hear you. It's like, man, shows how self-conscious I am, because that shit drives me crazy. It's like, oh my Lord, can't do it. Please, don't do that. It drives me nuts, So yeah, and a flashlight, pretty much. That's what it is. It attracts your attention. It's like you got a flashlight over here right beside you, It's just like, yeah, you got 2 hours. I watched The Fall Guy. It was good. I was really, really young. I remember that scene of jumping onto the... Yeah, it was good. It was a good movie. It wasn't, kind of a... just a freaking... a movie. It wasn't really like a heavy movie. It was just like, yeah, not every movie you see needs to be like this real critical thinker type movie. However, inside the movie they had topics about like what you need in a movie, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it makes you, think about it. It's like, yeah, you lose the audience if you have too much in it. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. The use of terms like deep fake. And actually, I used to watch Ed Bassmaster a lot. He's pretty funny. And there's this trailer for one of the movies. I forget. It's the one that, piss water. No, I'm not gonna roll up my window. And then the piss water, it's Michael Hart's in it. It's almost like a Mad Max type movie, but it's a comedy kind of movie. Don't know the title of it. But there's the robot, and the robot's like, would you look at that? And I'm like, dude, I thought that's like Ed Bassmaster's, probably one of his most famous skits. It's like, would you look at that character that he does? I'm like, dude, that's Ed Bassmaster. It's funny how, like, some YouTubers who have YouTube from the ground up, who, can actually get famous enough and creative enough, I guess, where you see an expression in that tone and you think about the guy, so yeah, I guess that's kind of a, I don't know, a kind of a sidetrack there. So yeah, it's like you can't put the phone down for a period of a movie when you have the rest of the day. Just take the time out to freaking not use your freaking phone, man. What the hell? It's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. How the phone just, people on their fucking phones. It's like you got a movie. That's what makes watching a movie at a theater different than being in your living room. Yeah. So yeah, it definitely, the phone kind of, people use the phone to, like I was hanging out with my brother and his sister. No, not his sister. What the fuck? His wife. We went out to eat, and we were at the mall, and she went to the bathroom, and he got on his phone, and it's like, even when you're hanging out with somebody, someone's gonna just like get on their phone rather than find a reason to speak to you when you're hanging out. It shows I guess, the way that we don't communicate to each other, or come up with ways to communicate. Like, maybe part of the way to communicate when you don't know what to say is ask questions, right? Then you can get a conversation going by asking questions that aren't like intrusive ego questions, but questions that are geared to, like, hey, to get people talking, right? You can do that by questions. It shows that you have an interest. That I guess we kind of lost that today in the newer generations, and perhaps the technology has influenced that, where we can even be hanging out and you're going to be on the phone, not being present with the people that you're with. I don't know what video it was. I saw a little clip of a short, and I scroll through shorts sometimes. So. And he was talking about statistics of men who don't have close friends. How a lot of them today don't have a lot of close friends. Now, yeah, I can see where if you don't have a lot, that's not a big deal, but at least that you have some. It's important to have, like, closer friends versus the casual friends versus acquaintances. And perhaps the technology has kind of eroded that ability to connect people on a real level. I guess, like, you're going to make close friends, you know? And the effects of that, not having anybody who is kind of like unconditional to you, that, that can call you on your shit as well, to help not be just a yeser, a yes man, because that's important too. Being able to listen to shit you don't want to hear that might make you mad, but you're still friends afterwards. Obviously, if you're a casual friend, you wouldn't, because then you're not going to be friends after that. But people that are really close to you can, right? So that kind of level of honesty and realness, I think maybe we've kind of lost track of that, which affects us. That, like, now we have people that think they've spent time with people, and basically the only time they spend is maybe a 5-second text message. And these people that have responded to a text message think they're spending time. Maybe that they really believe that. And that just shows how, separate we are, right? And the effects of who initiates the contact, quid pro quo on contact, when people think that they're the only ones that are reaching out to say something and the other people aren't reaching back to you. That affects people. I'm not an anti-technology, and I'm not a person that is blaming technology. It's easy to blame technology on all this. Maybe it just enhances it. Yeah, what a world. The attention span. People just can't focus. And it's, I got the phone and can't just tell somebody that you're at a movie theater, that you're at the movies. You know what I mean? Just say you're going to be at a movie, or put it on airplane mode. That's what I do. For that time. It shows that you're not willing to commit time. That, hey, I'm going to hang out, but I'm not going to commit my attention. Because if I want to have my attention elsewhere, that's what I'm going to do using the phone. Let me see. Ascension. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's well under $1. They're fast, and I'm right beside there, but I'm not doing that. I'm below the $1. I think that's the crux of it. It's like, I'm not going to commit my attention to you. And maybe that's also the reason why often people wait for people to talk to them and they never reach out to anybody else, is because of ego. Maybe that's part of what technology does, is it enhances the ego awareness, right? And people are basically full of themselves, and they can't, reach out, because we're basically, a lot of people are ego relationshiped, where you're the most important in the room. They're comfortable hanging out with people who they perceive as lower than them in some form or way. And they can't, and they need to be the center of attention. Maybe that's what technology helps. And maybe that these people that are that way can't devote attention either, because they don't care. Yeah. So the effects of knowing who your real friends are that aren't there to receive something from you, that affects people and how they view life, thinking that people are only there for as a cash register type transaction, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. But, yeah. Ramblings of technology and the addiction to being on your phone and using the phone as a escape, because you might feel awkward at a party because you're not a party person, and it's kind of awkward because you're not really talking to people, so you focus on your phone as a way of escape, as an escape method. That's probably maybe how you can know if you're self-centered or egotistical, is like you wouldn't feel so awkward if you weren't so egotistical, if you're more humble, I guess, and you can just be around people. You wouldn't need to be the center of attention, therefore you wouldn't need to feel awkward at a social function, right? That's kind of maybe the root of what makes people feel awkward, is they're aware of their image. They need to be viewed X, while other people might not view you as X. And since you're not the center of attention, you don't have interest. Perhaps that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, perhaps that's true. Let me see here. For Jeffrey and Trailhead, I'm gonna take that one, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna take it, and I will let you guys go. And thank you.